That's about right. Yeah. Hello. Welcome to, what day is it? Wednesdays. Functional fitness class. For the 5-minute preamble, I'm going to talk about the 6K daily steps challenge. I think I mentioned either to this class or in a previous class. This was when I first started all this business about 9 years ago. And I wanted to drum up enthusiasm and get people moving more and things. And so I started challenging people to walk 6,000 steps every day in January 2012. It started. And I thought I'd resurrect it this January because I have more people following me and things. So we'll see if it maybe takes off a little bit. Why 6,000 steps, Rosemary? I hear you ask. Well, I had a look on the internet. We're talking 2011 here. I had a look on the internet and I could not see any research that backed up the sort of holy grail of 10,000 steps a day. But people just throw it about willy-nilly. Oh, do your 10,000. You've got to do 10,000. It's like your 5-a-day fruit and veg. That's just plucked out the air. And I couldn't find any scientific evidence that 10,000 steps was the optimum. And hi, Sheila. And so I looked around and I did find one piece of research which said that 6,000 steps, a minimum of 6,000 steps a day, is optimum. That's your sort of baseline. Under that, some things say under 5,000, but under that you're considered sedentary. And I know you've all seen the headlines that scream sitting is the new smoking. Guess who forgot to turn her phone on, put her phone on silent. Yes, sitting is the new smoking. Blah, blah, blah. Well, it may very well be. It's a bit of a scary headline, isn't it? And I try and encourage people by mentioning the benefits of walking and things. I'm not going to go into that now because I'm sure you know a lot of them. Anyway, so starting on the 1st of January, always assuming that you're not, well, even if you're hungover, you can walk. And most people can walk. That's the thing. Walking is such an underrated form of exercise. So you're doing these classes, so you're getting the strength bit, but you're not, apart from the high intensity bit at the end, you're not really getting much cardiovascular. So starting from the 1st of January, we're going to do the 6K daily steps challenge. Nothing to stop you doing it now. And that is trying to get you to do 6,000 steps a day. Now, it doesn't have to be, I must go out and do my 6,000 steps and then forget about it. The way I want it to be done is that you just move more. If you want to go out and do half an hour's walk or 10-minute walk, 6,000 steps is about 3 miles, maybe 3.5, depending on the size of your stride. And it takes about 45 minutes, depending on how fast you walk. But you can break that up into bite-sized pieces. Like just moving more around the house, just try to get into the habit of sitting less. And so it's 6,000 steps for the whole day. And that's from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. Now, don't guesstimate, don't guess, because you'll get it wrong. People generally underestimate how many steps they take. Just to give you an example, yesterday with the dog, I walked, got electronic gizmos for everything. So yesterday, right, I did. Yesterday. So yesterday I did 8 miles and I did 18,700 steps. So today I've done 3 miles and that's 7,800. So yeah, about 3 miles, maybe slightly less than 3 miles. And you can do that. You can break that up into little chunks. Just, if you're putting the kettle on for a cup of tea, just walk around until the kettle's boiled. It's all steps. It's all movement. Yes, like I was saying, don't guess. Thank you, Elizabeth. Get yourself a pedometer. There's lots of different types of pedometers. You get the ones you get with free Kellogg's and things, the ones that attach to your belt. Well, they are not really very good. They work with a clicking mechanism. Every time you take a step, you put it on your hip. Every time you take a step, it clicks. But they fall off and they're not very accurate. You can get very good pedometers with what's called an accelerometer in it. That really, if any word ever sounds made up, to me, that's that word. But anyway, and it records forward movement. And they're relatively cheap. You can get them for under £20 and they're pretty accurate. Well, they're accurate-ish, but if you're always using the same one, it's fine. Or you can get an app on your phone. I mean, there's lots of free pedometer apps, which may be a good way to start. It just means that if you go upstairs to the loo, or you go to the loo, or you go to answer the front door, you have to have your phone with you all the time to record those precious steps. And if you can't don't sort of, right, I'm going to do 6,000 steps today, and then you become exhausted, you'll not do it again. So just do a normal day. See how many steps you do, and that's your baseline, and then add from then. If you've got a dog like me, you'll be way over it, in which case, pay no attention to all this. You can have a notebook to record your progress. If you go onto my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page, I pinned a thing about the 6K Daily Steps Challenge to the top of it. And the link to my Over 50 page is underneath, is in the comments section of this. What are you doing? You've been out for a run. Why are you down here? Are you going back up? He's grown a bit, hasn't he? Right, anyway, it's 2 minutes past 11 now. So if anybody's new to this, and I have had a few inquiries, so I'm just going to assume that we've got some new people. So all you old timers, just bear with me. So what you need is a chair without any arms, kitchen chair or dining room chair, one that's fairly stable. If you have an exercise band, that's great. If you don't, you can still do the movements. It won't matter. If you want to, if you like the class enough to get an exercise band and you want any help about it, let me know. Again, I can be contacted through my Over 50 Fitness page. That's probably the easiest way. But there are other ways you can contact me here and things. So the class is in 3 parts. We'll have a warm-up, there's a main section, and then there's a stretching at the end. And the main thing about the class that you've got to remember is that you're doing it at your pace. If I do 10 repetitions of an exercise and you can only do 3 or 4, I don't mean only, and you do 3 or 4, that's absolutely fine. That's 10 is something to work up to. If you can come in and do every exercise perfectly and you're not remotely phased by it, then you're in the wrong class. What else can I say? Some of the exercises will be done sitting down. If you can stand, most of the exercises also can be done. Even the standing ones can be done sitting down. Some of them, most of them. If you can stand, it's better to stand because it's better for your balance. It's better for your strength. I think that's enough. Nattering. We'll get straight into it. We'll start the warm-up. So the warm-up, we're just going to start I'm just going to put the camera down a bit. For the warm-up, we're just going to start walking on the spot very gently. I'm going to put it up slightly. It's too far down now. Just walking gently on the spot. On your toes if you can. And swing your arms so that your shoulders are getting mobilized. So when your joints move, they've got fluid in them called synovial fluid, which lubricates the joint. And the warmer the joint gets, the thinner and more lubricating the lubricatious, is that a word? No, the fluid gets. So we're just walking very gently on the spot. 3, 2, 1. Now put your hands on your shoulders and we're going to stretch up there. If you can, get your hands by your ears. If you've got limited shoulder mobility, just put your arms as far as you can. Don't force anything. So put your hands up, right up. Have a good old stretch. If you want to, you can keep walking on the spot while you do this. Down to your shoulders. Push the air away. Bring it back in. Forwards. and back, and then up and down, out to the side, back in, forward and back. One last time. Up to the sky, down, out to the side, back in, forward and back. Fabulous. Right. We're going to put your hand on your shoulder so that you make your arm like a wing and it sticks out, straight out from your body. Imagine you've got a pencil sticking out there, and we're going to draw 5 big circles backwards, 2 nice and slow, 3 full range of movement, 4, 5, and then 5 forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is your first time, 5, and then the same on the other arm, backwards. If this is the first time and you're feeling it is a bit difficult, that's fine. 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember my mantra, if something is difficult, it's a sign that you need to do it more, not less. The last shoulder exercise is the one where we just raise one hand up and the other one back. Try not to rock, it's only your arms that move. Again, if you've got limited shoulder mobility, just do what you can. So we're going to go 1, I'm going to come forward a bit. 2, I'm going to keep going. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wonderful. Right, I'm just going to get rid of this chair a bit because it's in the way a bit. And I'm going to tilt this down a bit. One day I'll have a proper, and at the same time as you're doing the heel digs, you're going to anchor your elbows and you're going to do a bicep curl with the opposite arm. So you're doing opposite arm and leg, and your arm, it's only your forearm. Your forearm is just doing what's called a bicep curl. Make sure it's opposite arm and leg. Just check that you're not doing the same arm and the same leg. 3, 2, 1. And then we're just going to just put your foot out to the side, just touch it on the floor, just a small step. And at the same time, we're going to do prayer hands and push the air away. When you do this, try and keep your knees pointing forwards like a headlamp, rather than wanting it to come in like that, which my left leg seems to want to do a bit. Keep your hips pointing forward as well. 3, 2, 1. And then a step back. And at the same time as you're doing the step back, you're pushing your hands out in front. So it looks like this. Just take a small step back. You don't need to take a big step back. And your arms go right out, straight out like that. Spread your fingers. Give your hands a bit of a workout. It's about the point where my shoulders start to get tired. 3, 2, again, try to keep your knees pointing forward. Was that 1.5 I did? Never mind. And the last one is just tapping your toe on the floor. Nice easy one to end with. And just swing the opposite arm. I'll show you. So it's nice and easy this. Give your shoulders a bit of a rest. 3, 2, 1. Now, To improve your coordination and your balance, we're going to do the whole thing. We're going to go through it as if it was a routine. So we're going to do heel digs, out to the side, back, and then toe tap. Heel dig, opposite arm and leg, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. This is great for your coordination. Last one. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. I really like those set of exercises because they're great for your coordination, for your memory, because you've got to remember the steps. They're good for your balance because you're sometimes standing on one leg. They're good for your strength because one leg is taking the weight while the other leg is out. I just really like them. They're good for everything. And if you put music on, which I'm not allowed to do, they're also quite fun. Right. We're just going to do one last thing, just to sort of try out your feet dexterity. So we're going to do a sort of shadows walk. So imagine I'm standing with my back to you so you can see my feet. So imagine you're standing in a square and your right foot and your left foot are on the bottom left, right and left hand corners of the square. You take your right foot up to the top corner of the square, you put your left foot over to the other corner, and then you go back. When you're putting your foot over like that, be careful because that's when you can get caught up and you can, that's where you can get caught up and fall. So do it slowly so as you don't fall. Okay, so we're going to go right, left, and it doesn't need to be big. Right, left, back, back. Right, left, back, back. Shadows fans can have the shadows have something playing. Did they do Apache? I think they did. Right, left, back, back. Right, left, back, back. Right, left, back, back. This time we're going to do it the other way around. We're going to do left, right, back, back. Left, right, back, back. Left, right, back, back. Left, right, back, back. One more time. Left, right, back, back. There you go. How was that? Isn't it nice to have somebody teaching a class that knows who the shadows are? I don't have to ask, who are the shadows? Right, anyway, that's been blethering a lot today, so we'll get into the main body of the class. Now, I'm going to have to talk a little bit on this next bit. Those of you that know what's coming next can just get on with it if you want. We're going to start with squats. Now, squats are free. They're sitting without a chair. If you're new, don't do this though. You're sitting down like that without a chair. When you sit down, when you sit, you stick your bottom out like that. And that's what a squat is. Sticking your bottom out, but the chair's not there. Your knees stay like headlights, always like headlights, and your chest has an eye. So it's always looking forward. You're not bowing. Some people can do this, a free squat straight away. Technique is everything. If you can't get the technique, then you need to practice technique rather than strength. If you don't have the strength in your thighs, you won't be able to do it. So if you want to just practice doing that, you can. You don't need to go right down. If that is too difficult, your knees never go forward over your toes. Never like that. If you're not confident doing the free squat, sit in the chair, towards the edge of the chair, put your hands here and stand up and then sit down don't plonk like that. Sit down in a controlled fashion. If that's too difficult, use your arms for momentum and down you go again. And failing that, put your hands on your knees and stand up and then sit down. Okay? The object of this exercise is to be able to get you to stand up from any chair without you putting your hands on your knees or without using the arms. So whether you're doing a free squat or using the chair, we're going to do 10. So I'm going to go sideways so that you can see the technique. I'm going to put my hands here just for something to do with them. Right, stick your bottom out. Down. 1. The wider your feet are apart, my feet are always quite wide. The wider your feet are, the easier it is. 2. Nice and slowly. 3. 4. 5. If you need to go in the chair halfway through, that's absolutely fine. 6. 7. 8. Woohoo! 9. My weight's in my heels, so I fall backwards sometimes. 10. If you want to put the chair behind you when you do that, just as a little bit of a comfort blanket, feel quite free to do that. This class is I want to make you enthusiastic enough to keep going, or to achieve enough to keep going. Right, next one, you're going to get a sit down. So sitting in the chair, sit towards the front and stretch your feet out in front of you, heels on the floor, toes pulled back. Take your band and loop it round your instep if you can, so that the band doesn't ping off. And then you're just sitting up straight in this position. Your heels always stay on the floor. I've seen people try to lift their feet. This is practically impossible. So your heels are on the floor. You're sitting up nice and straight. I'm turning the chair now so that you can see what my arms are doing. And you're just going to pull back like this. You're not lifting. You're not sticking them out to the side. Your elbows stay at the side of your body. This way. And we're going to do 10. So have quite a good tension on the band. You can use quite a strong band for this one because you're doing it with both hands. Don't rock. It's just your arms that move. So we're going back. Make sure the band's quite a strong one, else it might break. Try and squidge your shoulder blades together and then control it when it comes out. Don't let it boing out. And then back and control it. 2. 3. 4. I think this is one I'll put in the book, the famous book. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Feel that against across the top of my neck, actually. Right. Standing up. Have the chair there because you're going to hold on to the chair. It's not a balancing exercise, this one. And we're going to strengthen these muscles here. When you're doing a squat, if your knees always want to come in, that's because these muscles here at the side of your leg and your smaller glute muscles, you've got 3 glute muscles, maximum, medium, or maximus, medius, and minimus. So the 2 smaller muscles are not strong enough to keep your knees out. So standing up nice and straight, you're just going to lift one leg out to the side, keeping your foot pointing forward. You're not doing this. We're not doing ballet. So it's just out to the side. Try not to lean too far over on to counterbalance. You have to lean a little bit to counterbalance it. And then down. Don't put your weight on it. Just keep it there. You should feel it here. 2. Do it at the same speed as I'm doing it. 3. It's a rather unnatural movement, but it does strengthen them. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Just give your legs a bit of a wiggle, because that puts quite a strain on the leg that's supporting you all the time as well. If you can't do 10 of them, absolutely fine. Just do what you can. We're aiming for 10, remember. Right, next lot. Ooh, this one's a bit more. This one, my whole left-hand side is weaker. 1. Try not to use momentum to whip your leg up. Lift it up and then place it down. 2, lift and place. 3, well, that was 3. This is 4. Those of you that know me know that counting isn't always my strong suit. 5. You'd think it'd be easy enough to count up to 10, wouldn't you? 6. Ooh, falling over. 7. 8. 9. Last one. We'll hold it there for a bit. 10. Well done. Oh, give your legs a bit of a wiggle. Right, get your band. If you don't have a band, just do the arm movements. I should have explained that on the rowing one as well. Sorry, I forgot. Right, we're going to stand on your band. That always makes me think of Stand By Your Man. I don't know why. Yeah, stand on your band. Anchor your elbow. I have mine just above my hip bone. And then have enough tension on the band so that when you're holding it like that, this muscle, or your muscles are under tension. If you let it go, it would go like that. Hold it there about 45 degrees. And then what you're doing is you're just closing your arm. Your elbow does not leave your side. So we're going to do 1. You don't rock either. 2, no. When you go back like this, don't rock. 3, it's just your forearm that moves. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Other side. Remember, if you don't have a band, just do that. Clench your fist. Well, it's easy without the band. Anchor your elbow. Get the tension on the band. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the emotion. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wonderful. Really good if you manage 10. The thing is, if you start off with 1 tension and it gets a bit hard, you can always slacken the tension on a band, whereas you can't with a weight. You're stuck with the weight. Right. Balancing one. So to start this off, we're going to engage your core muscles, this great big band of muscles that is on the exterior of your body, just under, the external ones that you can see, but also the ones deep within the body that support and help the backbone move. So if you're going to exhale, pull your navel into your backbone as hard as you can. I shouldn't be able to see anything. It's not sort of this sort of thing. It's just exhaling pull your navel in, and then release it slightly. And that's your core engaged. And then what we're going to do is put your hands on your hips if you can. If not, hold on, but try and let go. And we're going to bring your knee up. Oops, see, I'm holding on till it's parallel. If you can't get it parallel, only goes to there, fine. But if you can, have it parallel to the floor and then bring it up slightly. And again, it's only your knee that moves. So we'll exhale. Pull your navel into your backbone, relax it slightly. That's your core engaged. Hands on hips or wherever they need to be. Up. Up. 1. Up. Up. 2. That muscle there on me is sore. Up. Up. 3. 4. 5. 6. If you can't do this, just stand like that. You don't need to lift it up again. 7. This is hard for me today. I seem to have damaged this muscle a bit. 8. 9. 10. See how brave I was? I didn't cry. That's a bit sore. Exercise should not be painful. The only reason I'm struggling through the pain is for you. Right, so other side, exhale. Navel into your backbone. Hands on hips or wherever. And up. Yeah, this one's all right. Up. And then down. Up. Don't know what's the matter with the right one. Up. Down. Up. Up. I think that's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. 10. Good. Give your legs a bit of a wriggle. Have a bit of a relax, because what I'm going to do is we're going to do a little test. So pick the leg that you're best on. Everybody has a leg that they're better at balancing on than the other one. Mine's my right leg because I'm right-handed. And what I'm going to do is I just want you to put your hands on your hips and stand with one foot off the ground. You don't have to do all this leg movement. That is really sore. You don't have to do all that leg movement. Just stand with it off the ground. And I'm going to count out the seconds. And when you either have to hold on or put a foot down, that's your marker. So remember that number. And then we're going to do it again in January. And we're going to test it and see if you're improving. Okay? So exhale. Bring your navel into your backbone. Release it slightly. Concentrate. And on your marks, set one leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I'm stopping at 30. How many did you manage it? Well, what you can do, yeah, probably is. What you can do is you can remember your number, write it down. You have to write everything down. I always think I'll remember it, but then I never do. And have a look on the internet, because there are tables where, you know, you can say standing on one leg, good for age, and all the rest of it. How long you should be able to do it when you're a child, and so on. And it's quite a good indicator of balance. But anyway, have a look, practice it over the holidays when we're on our Christmas holidays. There's no excuse not to keep exercising. Anyway, enough of that. One leg, right. Next one we're going to do is our abs. So you're going to sit sideways on the chair. This is going to hurt my leg as well, I think. Sideways on the chair, sitting up nice and straight. Have your middle finger just at the top of your kneecap, and then you're going to lean back slightly. You can round your shoulders like that so that your back isn't arching. Bring your shoulders forward. Oh yeah, that's a good thing. So yeah, so sit with your middle finger on your kneecap, and then lean back until your middle finger's about an inch above your kneecap, and then push it back towards your kneecap. And that rounds your shoulders and stops your back arching. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just lift your leg as high as you can. 6, well, not really, really high. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then sit up. How was that? And then we're going to do it again. We're going to do another 10. So sitting up nice and straight, middle finger just touching the top of your kneecap. Lean back, so it's about maybe an inch and a half above your kneecap. And then push your hands forward again without moving back or forwards, just your arms so that your shoulders are going forward. And that stops you rounding your back. And we're going to go 1, 2, nice and gently. 3, don't let gravity pull your leg down. Place it down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can really feel that on my abs. My abs are getting really strong, you know. If I didn't have a little layer of fat, I'd have a six-pack. Right, standing up again. We're going to work the muscles in the small of our back and our big glute muscles. And all we're doing is standing up. You can holding on. I think holding on is best. And just straighten your leg out behind you. Don't lean forward. You just stand up straight and your leg goes out. And you hold it there for a couple of seconds and then back in. 1. Out and back in. Out. Keep it as straight as you can and back in. You have to bend it a little bit for it to move off the floor. This is 4 and back in. 5. When it's there, just poke your bum and feel the muscles in the small of your back. They're all really under tension. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. Did you manage 10? Other side. So it's just 1. Hold it out there. 2. I mean, it's very simple technique, this, but it's quite effective. 3, because you're using your leg effectively as a weight. This is why they're called body weight exercises. 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like I'm putting my leg out to the top. 8, 9, 10. Oh, there we are. Right. Next one is the triceps one. That's the one where we have, I don't like this one actually. It's the one where we have the your hands, the shoulder, sorry, the band over your shoulder, and the hand, your one hand controls the tension, and the other one you have your hand, your arm right back like this. I'm going to go back a bit, so it's right down your back. And what you're going to do, you don't do it yet, is you're just going to put your forearm just goes straight up. If you've got shoulder mobility problems, same at the back, but have your hand here, mid-chest height, and push it to the ground. Again, it's just your forearm that moves, but it's these muscles on the back of your upper arm that you're working, your triceps. Right, are we ready? I'm going to go back slightly. Well, in fact, I'm going to come forward and move this up because you don't really need to see what my feet are doing. All these exercises, by the way, you always have your feet hip width apart because that gives you a good base. If your feet are together, you're much more liable to fall over. So we're doing this, we're going 1. If you haven't got the band, just do the movements. 2, 3, 4. You should be able to have enough shoulder flexibility. 5, so that your hand isn't scraping the back of your head. 6. If it is, do the floor one. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And then switch over. And we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I've got this tension a bit too hard. 8, 9, 10. Oh, quite hard that was. Right. What we're going to do now is we're going to do another set of 10 squats because they are so good for you. And these muscles are so big, they need to be worked. Free squats or on the chair, whichever you find easiest. Not easiest, whichever you need to do. Nothing should be easy. So, ready? I'll go sideways. So, 1, 2, 3, nice and slow. 4, 5, 6. I do that at least once every session, don't I? 7, 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. Did you manage all the squats today? I mean, that's 20 squats. That's pretty good. Get into the habit of just doing squats every now and again. Do 10 a day. One of my classes, I got people up to doing 100 a day in 10 sessions. They either did 5 sessions of 20 or 10 sessions of 10. Something to aim for. Right, I'm just talking to avoid putting off the next one. The last one is the side bend. So quite simple, bending to the side. If you're going to put your hand above your head, keep it straight so that you're actually using the muscles in the arm and not letting it flop. We're going to do 10 on each side. Here we go. So, 1. You should bend to the side. Don't be tempted to bend forward like I just did then. 1. 2. 3. 4. Oh. 5. See if you can get to your knee at least. Doesn't matter if you can't. It will come. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Well done. Other side. Oh. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Well done. Right. We're just going to, I've been talking so much today, we're running out of time a bit. Right, I'm going to start, we're going to just do a few repetitions of the sort of dancey routine that we're going to do. So we're going to do 3 very slowly and then we're going to speed it up a bit. So we're going to do heel digs, side, back. What's the matter with you? Back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Right, I'm going to pretend that there's music on and I'm going to do it a little bit faster just for a few repetitions. Try and keep up because the coordination is good and the balance is good and the strength is good. It's all good. So heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. If you knew and you were finding it difficult to get the coordination and things right, don't give up. It will come, honestly. Right. What we're going to do now, we're going to finish with some high intensity training. Oh no. So we're going to do 3 bouts of 20 seconds of high intensity work. So you're going to do tiny little steps, running on the spot. Get your arms going, don't hunch, just go. The object of this exercise is to get your heart racing and your blood pounding and starting to feel alive. So if you've got any heart problems, if you get any chest pains, any angina or anything like that, for goodness sake, stop. So get the stopwatch, reset. Are you ready? First session, first bout of 20 seconds. On your marks, set, off you go. So, 17, 18, 19, 20. My mind was wandering a bit there. Concentration span of a gnat. Thank you, Sheila. Sheila managed the 30 seconds for the balance. How did the rest of you do? Just to make it a little bit more difficult next time, Sheila, you could, because I'm never going to bother going above. I'll have a look and see what the norms are. You know, what you should be able to do at what age. And I might make it more than 30 seconds, but I don't think I'll ever go above 30 seconds. Hello, Sheila. But yes, so if you're finding 30 seconds easy peasy, shut your eyes. In fact, I find it difficult to balance on 2 feet shutting my eyes. Anyway, but yeah, I'll find the norms, and it's not very much. They don't expect us to do very much in our 60s and 70s. We should show them we're going to be strops, strong old people, older people. It was saying on the radio the other day about the elderly, vulnerable people of 70, and I thought, yeah, can't really identify with that. Right. Second session, second bout. On your marks, set, go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. Oops. How was that? When we finish the third session, don't go zooming off to put the kettle on, because we've got the stretching to do. And I've got a couple of, I've got an announcement, because about, Christmas holidays, for those of you that weren't here. What is it today, the 9th? It's going to be the shortest day. I can't wait for the shortest day. I'm going to have a Yule celebration. Don't know what I'm going to do, but I notice it more this year because of the dog, because it gets dark about 4:15, so he has to have his final walk by about 4:45. So it can make it quite a long evening. Right, are we ready? On your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. Right. As usual, just while you get your breath back, as usual, if you've enjoyed the class and you feel you want to show your appreciation, you can buy me a coffee. The link is on the on the comments section. Just to remind you that next Wednesday's class is the last class before Christmas. And then the next one resumes on January the 13th. Lucky for some, eh? But I think what I might do is next week I might set you some homework. So you needn't think that, oh, hey, teacher's away, we don't need to do anything. But you do need to do, we need to do something every day. Practice your 6K steps so that on January 1st, you're raring to go. And just do a few squats, do the bite-sized exercises. I'll put up on my Facebook page, I'll put up a thing that they are on there if you search for them. In photos, I think you'll find bite-sized exercises, but I'll have a look and see and maybe post them. Okay, stretching. Oh, is there some? Oh no, it's Sheila. Right, so we're going to start as usual at the bottom, not the bottom of our feet, and we're going to do a calf stretch. So I must walk miles backwards and forwards from the chair to the camera. So, front leg bent, back leg straight, both heels on the ground, both feet pointing forwards. Sometimes you notice your foot might be out there. straight, leaning forward, and you should feel the stretch at the top of your calf. And then gently bend your back knee, and you should feel the stretch. If you put your weight on that leg a little bit, you should feel the stretch going down into your Achilles tendon. Those of you that have been with me since April must get awful fed up of me saying this every week. And then swap legs. Just check that your feet are both pointing the same way. And then a little bend of the back knee. Hello, are you coming down? Then, do you remember when I first got him, how bouncy he was? He wouldn't let me do anything. He's calmed down a little bit now. You all right, darling? You all right? Right, anyway, sorry. If you can, we're going to do the quadriceps, the big muscles here. If you can, grab your ankle, your foot. Some people put a band around the ankle. Some people have a towel. And standing up nice and straight, have your knees together. If you can't do that, then do the dynamic stretching. I've definitely got better at this. My heels now contact my hands quite easily. So whether you're doing dynamic stretching or static stretching, keep doing this for a bit. Static stretchers, keep holding that leg. Static stretchers now, swap legs. Dynamic stretchers, just keep being as dynamic as you always are. You can try this as a balanced one as well. And release. Next one, we're going to do the hamstrings, the big muscles at the back of your leg. So sitting on the chair, sit at the front of the chair, knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees, sitting up nice and straight. Stretch one leg forward, toe pulled back, and lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. Oh. I'm quite stiff today for some reason. However far down you go is right for you. I'm quite bendy, so I can reach my foot quite easily. Some people can't. You might need to go to your knee or to your thigh. It's quite all right, as long as you're getting a stretch. And sitting up, other leg, sit up nice and straight, lean forward from the hips, not the waist. And down you go. Whew. Quite stretchy, this. Oh. Now we're going to do one last one on the legs. So I want you to sit sideways in the chair, but also towards the front of the chair. So there's no chair showing there. You're right on the edge, and stretch this leg back, so that the only reason you're sitting on the edge here is so as this bit doesn't interfere with you stretching your leg out. If you're sitting like this, you can't really. Oh, I suppose you can get a stretch. It's just a bit. I think it's just a bit easier this way. But you do what you can. So we want these hip flexors to be stretched a bit. Keep your torso nice and upright. And just stretch your leg. And people say, oh, I can't get my leg back as far as you do, Rosemary. It's absolutely fine. Just do the stretch that's right for you. And then swivel round. And the other leg goes out. Nice and upright torso. You can hold on to the back of the chair if you're feeling a bit overbalanced or a bit worried that you might fall off. Okay, and we're standing up with the top of my head cut off. Arms at shoulder height, palms facing forwards, round the tree. So your arms are like that, not like that. They're like that. And that's enough of my Tommy Cooper impersonation. And then you just dip your head. So you're holding your arms as round the tree as you can and dip your head. And this is a really good one for releasing tension in the neck and top of your shoulders. And then interlink your fingers behind your back. If you can't interlink your fingers, just try and get your elbows together. If you are interlinking your fingers, just lift your arms up. And that just gives you the stretch across here. Because it's important that we have nice stretchy chest muscles. We need strong back muscles and stretchy chest muscles. Because if we have weak back muscles and tight chest muscles, we do that. If we're strong on the back and loose on the chest, we have a nice upright posture. Nothing more aging than the old wifey humpy back, and old man as well, of course. Okay, last one of the standing up ones, hand palm facing backwards. Have your hand down your back like this. If you've got shoulder mobility problems, just leave this one out. Because we use these muscles, we're just going to stretch them a bit. So push your arm back, so the upper arm back, so that it stretches a bit. Took me a long time before I got any benefit or felt any benefit from this one, but I do now. And then release it and do the other side. I don't know, maybe I'm doing it better or properly, I'm not sure. Okay. Last few. Sitting in the chair. Well, you wouldn't be sitting anywhere else, would you? Just nice and comfortably. Don't use the back to rest on. And then just dip your head. Put your hand on your crown, but don't push. Just let the weight of your hand push your head down a bit. And then bring your head back up. Turn your head to the left as far as it will go. And then put your right hand against your right jawbone. And then try and turn your head to the center, but resist with your hand. So you're having a fight with you're creating tension in your neck by having a fight, by trying to turn your head one way and not letting it with your hand. And then relax and see if you can turn your head a little bit further to the left. And hold it there for a couple of seconds. And then look to center, look to the right. Remember, it's just your head that moves, not your shoulders. Put your hand on your chin. Try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with your hand. And then relax and try and turn your head a little bit more to the right. And then bring your head back. And that's that. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I was obviously talking quite a lot today because it's 12 o'clock. Yeah, Nikki and I are both looking forward to Yule. Right, anyway, thank you very much for joining the class, and I'll see you next Wednesday for the last class before Christmas. Maybe you should come. Oh, well, I can't see you. I was going to say in fancy dress, but I don't have fancy dress. So until Monday or Wednesday, depending on which one or both you're attending,